Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike, WX0MIK here. Today, let's talk about becoming a VE, or a volunteer examiner. This is just one of the many ways that you can give back to the community and help expand the membership of ham radio. Bring youth in, kind of whatever goal it is that you think that you want in mind to kind of expand the hobby, or to just give back to the community, is doing a VE, or being a VE. Most clubs are about once a month that you get together for maybe an hour or two, and you assist with testing. We'll go into that in a minute here. Then you have some teams that are online that test almost every day, or literally every day of the week. And that's a little more involved, and you've got to love doing that or have the time to do that. And not everybody does. So we're going to ignore that type of tester. But we're going to talk about your more of a standard type group. Whether it's online or in person, just what do you do as a VE? So, as a VE, or again, volunteer examiner, you are the proctor for administering the ham radio tests. As we've talked before, there are 3 tests. There is a technician test, which is technically element 2. The general, which is element 3, and extra, which is element 4. Element 1 fell away when it dropped the CW portion of the requirement to be a ham radio. That was element 1. So what do you do as a VE? Well, you kind of have, I'll call them 2 major roles, and then there's a whole bunch of supporting roles from there. As a VE, you have been certified that you can proctor exams for the ham radio tests. And with that certification allows you to sign off on the certificate of completion when they have passed. Also part of the grading and some of all those little functions that get to that point. So you are administering the test. You are handing out the tests. You are making sure that they are not cheating, which I hate to always say that, because I'm going to assume they're not there to cheat, but you do got to watch for cheating. You got to make sure they're using the right kind of calculator, one piece of paper. They're not using their book to answer the questions, things like that. Those are all relatively simple in either environment. And then you sign. Being a VE is not hard, it's just boring if you like to always be doing something, because there's always that period of time as someone's taking the test that you are really doing nothing. There are a lot of people who will sit and chit-chat while people are testing, and I can't say I would disagree 100% that happens, but you should be keeping a quiet testing environment. That's the raw basics. And technically, according to especially ARRL, ARRL VEC, but I believe in the FCC rules as well, you don't have to be a ham in order to help with tests. You just have to be a ham, an accredited ham of a general or higher, in order to grade and to sign off on the tests. So that's an important distinction. Let's say you are licensed and your spouse is not, but your spouse is bored, so they come with. Well, you can have the spouse sitting at the door welcoming people in. You can have the spouse help, take down names, make sure paperwork is filled out, things like that, because you don't have to be accredited to do that stuff. So you can have a volunteer team of 6, but only have 3 accredited VEs in a room, and you're still legit. But typically, everyone is accredited that is helping with the test. I can't tell you anything about how to grade with some of the old ARRL forms. I've never done a test like that before, so I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to sit here saying that I know what I'm doing there. But it's the process is the same across the board. Whether you're online or you are in person. Online, the difference is that the person is in their own house, and then you are just doing a visit through the room to make sure that everything meets, there's no cheating material in that room, and distraction free. It just makes things easier and doesn't give them an unfair advantage to anyone else. Again, VE is very simple. And it's just processes that you got to learn, most of which are easy to learn on the fly. So the only other part to this is being a lead. The lead is the person that does all the paperwork, working with the VEC, the volunteer exam coordinator, in order to make sure that all the paperwork is done, get it sent to them, etc. But again, there's no requirement. It could be any VE. It can be anyone doing this, and you can even split the workout. So Susan, you go find the place, make sure that we have a place booked, that so we're set to go. Johnny, you go out and you advertise for us, so make sure that everyone knows that we're having it this time at this place. And then me being the lead, I will go out there and I'll reach out to the VEC, get the testing materials, and then submit it to the back to them. That's all lead does, is they're just making sure that they're the liaison, as the ARRL calls it, to the VEC. In some cases, and this is again FCC rules, it can be anyone on the team. It's not a special person that has special authorization, but certain VECs have put in place things like session managers, or I've heard CEV, I think, is another one I've heard the term of, so that they're the only ones that can communicate with the VEC, and that's fine. Those are just processes within the individual groups, but that is not necessarily law according to the FCC. So it's a fun process. I enjoy it. Like I said, it's the most boring, fun job I have, because watching people take a test is not exciting at all. But the friends that I have built, or the friendships I have built, in some cases even call them family, it's an amazing experience, and I would not go back on that at all. So get out there, volunteer, and have a happy Thanksgiving if I don't have posted another video by then. 7 threes.